In this world of ceaseless distraction, of fleeting moments stolen by countless notifications and endless feeds, we are more than simply busy, we are torn apart piece by piece. Our lives are flooded with the demands of a society that finds productivity in the act of constant motion, yet, paradoxically, leaves us feeling as if we have accomplished nothing of lasting worth. In such a world, the pursuit of a calm, focused mind has become nothing short of a rebellion. And who better to guide us in this revolt than the Stoics, the ancient guardians of inner stillness? The Stoics were masters of self-discipline, unwavering even in the face of chaos and destruction. They faced the vicissitudes of life with a steady gaze, knowing that true freedom lies in self-mastery, not in the external circumstances over which they held no power. For them, time was precious, focus was essential, and freedom was rooted in their ability to guard these treasures fiercely. Today, we stand at the edge of a crisis that threatens to consume our attention, our passions, and, ultimately, our souls. The Stoic path offers a way to reclaim our time from the jaws of this chaos. But make no mistake, this path is not easy, nor does it promise instant gratification. Instead, it requires fortitude, patience, and an unflinching commitment to our inner freedom. It calls upon us to rise above our impulses, to cast aside our distractions, and to master our minds. Let us explore these Stoic strategies for focus, for time is our most valuable currency. Let us remember the words of Seneca, who cautioned, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy." The first strategy: understand the true cost of distraction. We live in an age that encourages the cultivation of desires, an age that fuels impatience. Every distraction, every idle moment we allow to slip by, exacts a toll far greater than we may ever comprehend. To the Stoics, time is a limited resource, a gift of immeasurable worth. "We are always complaining," wrote Seneca, "that our days are few, and acting as though there would be no end of them." In our frantic pursuit of constant connection, we surrender more than just minutes or hours. We surrender our sovereignty over our own minds. The true cost of distraction, as the Stoics teach us, is a fragmented mind, a mind unable to find clarity, unable to achieve greatness. This understanding must become our shield, a reminder to pause, to breathe, and to consider whether the allure of every passing distraction is worth the toll it will inevitably extract from our lives. Epictetus warned us of this trade-off with brutal clarity: "No man is free who is not master of himself." To reclaim our time, we must first become aware of its sanctity. To treat our time with reverence, we must understand that every distraction, every unexamined moment, is an act of surrender. But once we understand this, we can begin the work of guarding our minds and reclaiming our focus. The second strategy: embrace voluntary discomfort. True discipline is forged in the fires of discomfort. The Stoics understood this profoundly, often seeking out voluntary discomfort to strengthen their character and build their resilience. They believed that by training themselves to withstand hardship willingly, they could endure greater challenges with unwavering resolve. We see this reflected in the writings of Marcus Aurelius, who spoke often of strengthening the mind by embracing that which discomforts it. Today, we are unaccustomed to discomfort. Our society promises comfort at every turn, offering instant gratification as a solution to every discomfort, no matter how small. But this endless pursuit of comfort weakens us, making us slaves to our impulses. In our quest to master focus, we must become comfortable with discomfort. We must learn to ignore the siren calls of ease and distraction, for they are mere illusions. lures that lead us away from the path of true freedom. To practice voluntary discomfort, consider imposing intentional limits on your interactions with the digital world. This might mean setting aside specific times each day for deep work, uninterrupted by technology. It might mean experiencing boredom, refraining from reaching for your phone whenever silence falls. The Stoic path requires us to confront the discomfort of stillness, for it is in these moments that we discover our true strength. The third strategy: cultivate the power of indifference. The Stoics were masters of distinguishing between what is within their control and what is not. In doing so, they cultivated a profound sense of indifference to those things that lay beyond their sphere of influence. This practice, often referred to as the dichotomy of control, is a powerful tool in our pursuit of focus. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, wrote of this dichotomy in his Meditations, advising us to focus only on what is in our control and to let go of all else. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By embracing this mindset, we free ourselves from the anxiety that accompanies an attachment to outcomes, and we become more resilient to distractions that seek to undermine our purpose. Ask yourself, is this distraction within my control? If not, let it pass. We are not here to control the ebb and flow of the digital world or the demands that others place upon us. We are here to control ourselves, to shape our own minds. Cultivate the power of indifference to these external poles. In doing so, you will reclaim your time and your focus, restoring to yourself the mastery over your own destiny. The fourth strategy: practice negative visualization. Imagine, for a moment, that the very thing distracting you has been taken away, that it has vanished from your life completely. The Stoics called this practice premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of adversity. By imagining the loss of what we hold dear, we gain a renewed appreciation for what remains. We also become less attached to that which pulls us away from our purpose. Negative visualization is not about fostering pessimism, it is about cultivating gratitude and focus. When we imagine our lives without the conveniences we take for granted, we recognize the richness of the present. Distractions lose their allure, and we are reminded of the significance of each moment. Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, remember you are kissing a mortal." By contemplating impermanence, we remind ourselves that our time is finite and should not be squandered. This practice, challenging as it may be, helps us see the futility of distractions. In a world of endless novelty, negative visualization grounds us, reminding us that all things, even the most enticing distractions, are transient. Let us not waste the time we have on things we will not remember, on things that do not endure. The fifth strategy: build a fortress of routine. Stoicism is a philosophy of action, of disciplined living, of intentional habits forged in the fires of purpose. The Stoics believed in the power of routine, understanding that a mind anchored in meaningful habits is less likely to stray. If you are distressed by anything external, Marcus Aurelius wrote, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. To master our focus, we must build routines that reinforce our goals. Each morning, reflect on the day ahead, envisioning the obstacles you may face and the distractions that may tempt you. Set intentions not only for what you will do but for how you will respond to moments of weakness. In the evening, reflect again, what did you accomplish? Where did you falter? The consistency of these routines builds a fortress around our time and attention. These daily habits are our shields, our armor against the chaos of the outside world. Let your routine be a reminder of your commitment to reclaim your time, to guard your mind, and to pursue a life of purpose. The sixth strategy: cultivate inner tranquility. The Stoics held that tranquility is the natural state of a mind free from unnecessary desire. They understood that much of the anxiety we experience arises from our constant yearning for more pleasure, more recognition, more distractions to fill the void. But this endless pursuit only leads us further from peace. As Seneca wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. In our distracted age, tranquility is a rare gift, one that few possess but all desire. To cultivate this tranquility, we must learn to be content with what we have and where we are. This does not mean abandoning ambition, rather, it means anchoring our ambition in something deeper than fleeting desires. As we focus our minds, we realize that true freedom lies in our ability to choose which thoughts to entertain and which to release. Cultivating tranquility in the midst of distraction requires us to create moments of stillness. Whether through meditation, reflection, or simple silence, we must reclaim our inner calm, undisturbed by the relentless demands of a world that profits from our attention. In this silence, we find clarity, and in clarity, we find freedom. Conclusion: the path to mastery of focus. We live in a world designed to capture our attention, to exhaust our time and energy, to rob us of the very essence of our being. But the teachings of Stoicism offer us a path, a way to reclaim our time and restore our focus. This path is not for the faint-hearted. It requires strength, discipline, and an unyielding commitment to inner freedom. The Stoic path to focus is a return to our true nature, a call to rise above the noise and chaos, to cultivate a mind free from distraction and a heart unburdened by fleeting desires. It is a path of courage, of resilience, of self-mastery. And as we walk this path, we remember the words of Epictetus, who reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let us go forward, then, with the resolve of the Stoics, reclaiming our time from a world that seeks to scatter it. Let us guard our minds, our focus, and our purpose with the same vigilance with which we guard our most precious possessions. For in reclaiming our time, we reclaim our freedom, and in reclaiming our freedom, we find ourselves. This journey of mastering focus in a distracted world is a lifelong pursuit, but it is a pursuit that will shape us, strengthen us, and lead us to a life of purpose, of depth, and of profound fulfillment. The Stoics show us the way, but it is up to us to walk it. Let us begin.